Hi, this is Mazen with YOUMAXA. During my early 30s, I founded and was CEO of 4 companies with annual revenues north of 25 million. I was leading a team of over 100 people to their personal success, but I wasn't a maximal achiever, not even close, until I learned the truth I'm about to share with you, the truth of how you can increase your wealth by improving your health. At 32, my personal income was in the mid-7 figures a year. It looks so good on paper. But we don't hug our wife on paper. We do not make it to date night on paper. We do not sit down to break bread with our family on paper. We do not live our maximal life on paper. My financial report kept rising, but my health report was burying me every step of the way. I learned the hard way, the running into the brick wall way. In fact, I cannot imagine being more blind to the truth about how we can increase our wealth by improving our health. As a pharmacist, I sold millions of prescription pills to people facing the 4 Ds of demise. And I can tell you, there is no magic pill. There is only the truth. The truth is, time is the only true measure of success. So I was 32. My personal income was in the mid-7 figures. In the grind, careening from meeting to meeting, mountains of memos moving on me, shackling me to the grindstone. Under that kind of frenzied busyness, I put my health and success, at war with each other, with thoughts like, you gotta work harder than ever before. If you're gonna make it, you gotta sacrifice more than ever before. Grind, grind, grind more than ever before. Ever told yourself, just suck it up for now, just keep going and eventually you'll get there? Ever heard this coffin nailer? You can sleep when you're dead? I did. I heard it all the time. Let's just break down the logic of this coffin nailer. You can sleep when you're dead, so you can give your body what it needs to live after it's dead? But that was a mantra of mine. I was ignoring everything my body was reporting to me. I even avoided looking into the mirror at my body for 2 years. Every morning, every night, I never looked. Never. Until I got the call, the one my body sent me, what I now call the SOS message. The one call we should never ignore. The phone rings. I'm at work, of course. It's my primary care doc. He says, I'm gonna be straight with you. For a 32-year-old guy, your labs are like someone in their 50s. Your blood sugar is high. You got pre-diabetes. Your LDL and cholesterol levels are so high. And your liver enzymes are abnormally elevated. You got a lot of work ahead of you. You gotta exercise and eat better for 3 months. And then we can see where you at. I don't want to start you on prescriptions at such a young age, but I will if you do not treat your body better. Have a good day. This is an embarrassing story. And the thing is, I had just read this story of an intern, a 21-year-old kid at Bank of America Merrill Lynch, who is known for pulling all-nighters, desperate to prove his worth. One day, after working 72 hours straight, he was found dead in his shower. 21. According to his autopsy, he died of an epileptic seizure that might have been triggered by fatigue. The bank decided to restrict the intra-work day to 17 hours. And I thought to myself, 17 hours? This is a Monday for me, rookie. My grind mind reaction is probably why after my doctor's call, the call that you should never ignore, I did not change a thing. Not that night, not the next night, and not the next night. I kept my grind mind running, my sugar-loaded lunches, chained myself to my desk. Why? My mind was running on autopilot. I wasn't thinking out of health. I was not thinking about health out of habit. Then I got a second call. Oh man, I was having one of those days. I'm at one of my pharmacies I own. My cell is glued to my head, arguing with the telecom technician. The emergency crew is invading our server room. Our phone lines are dead. We are cut off from our patients. As he and I are arguing, I'm calculating the minutes that I'll be late from my 7 back-to-back meetings. I'm adding up the 152 emails I need to plow through before I get home. I have 4 businesses at this point, so if you look away for 1 second, everything gangs up on you. My call waiting beeps. Just a friend, voicemail. I'm thinking, man, don't you know I work? 7 p.m., I check the important voicemails. I'm gobbling a chicken parm at my desk. accidentally hit a friend voicemail. Sal had a heart attack early this morning. We're all here at the hospital. Where are you? My best friend Sal, the guy who knows me better than anyone, is in ICU. And what do? I finish my 152 emails before I even GPS my route to see him. I drag my body up to the cardiac ward and I hear beep. I grab my phone. It's not my phone. It's a heart monitor attached to a lone guy in an empty, sterilized room. As I walk, I see it's guy after guy, prostrate, alone, with the beep. Door after door, I see guy after guy, heart attack after heart attack. It's making me bleary. They all start to look the same. Actually, they start to look familiar. They all start to look like me. The same bulging belly, the same disconnected look. I walk into Sal's room. My phone beeps in unison with his monitor. And it's like an announcer came out of my head bellowing. And now for this completely tragic moment, just for you, Mazen. So look closely. I look at my phone and begin to see my phone is hooked up to me, like my heart monitor. Sal is knocked out in his bed with IV tubes, catheter, and an oxygen mask tethering him to machines. But I see me, my emails, my meetings, my 4 businesses tethering me to machines, cutting me off from looking up from the grindstone, let alone seeing the people I want to share my life with. I don't even see Sal's wife standing right next to me until she touches my shoulder, waking me up. She pleads, "How did this happen to us?" I hug her, dead silent. But I know exactly how this happened. As a pharmacist, I know every stage, every detail, every ignored sign from his body. I look at my best friend and burn with rage. In my mind, I'm shouting at Sal's swollen face. "You were saying yes to everyone else, but you, Sal. Now, what good are you to anyone else? To your wife, to your kids? Oh my God, I ditched my own wife. I completely ditched my own wife tonight again. I promised her a candlelight dinner and Grey's Anatomy episode and a couple's jacuzzi to make up for the last 3 times I ditched her and worked until I passed out. Well, this time, I have a good excuse. Sal had a heart attack. I couldn't possibly come home." And that excuse echoed in my head, loud, like the announcer turned it way up. I couldn't possibly come home. But I knew Sal had nothing to do with it. I was scarfing down a dinner, saying yes to emails, and no to my wife before I stumbled on that voicemail. I didn't even step a toe of my schedule from my best friend's actual heart attack. I was the one making it impossible to come home, to have a home, to be a home from my family. I finally leave the hospital and drag my body through my home front door. There is not a sound in the house. I thought, did they leave me? Then I smell dinner on the table. It's close to midnight. They're all asleep. I grab a bag of popcorn, drag myself upstairs in the dark. I undress in the dark, walk into the bathroom, flip on the light, and I do something I had not done for a long time. For 2 years, I look at myself, really look at myself, naked. I might as well be looking at a stranger, or at least I wish it were a stranger, but it's me. I'm lugging around so much fat I grab it for the first time and feel the thick, globular weight over a fistful. I whisper to my strange reflection, as if I'm talking to Sal's wife. I know exactly how it happened. How? What happened? My wife whispers. I jump back. My wife stands at the bathroom corner door, and I brace myself for the talk. She marches over and hugs me. I still think you're cute. So kind. You see, women know about the mirror. Her kindness put me right over the edge. I cannot bear to tell her about Sal, yet I'm too ashamed. Shamed because I made my financial statement my home. And this is no home. That is just numbers on paper. That morning, I wake up and in a wild blurting rant, I confide in my wife. All about Sal, all about scarfing down dinner, all about the emails I read before going to see my friend, about trading health and happiness for commas and zeros and a piece of paper. I just come clean about it all. Sometimes you need to come clean to get clean. She says, well, now we know where you're at. Where do you want to go? Gotta love it when you have the right life team. Oh, let me tell you the places I would go. I took a day off work, shocking, and I took an unflinching assessment of my health and my wealth, and I saw I was chasing time, chasing. I know I had to change, big time. This is how I broke the news to my wife. I go, I may not have the energy of a 20-year-old, but I do have the financial statement of a workaholic. I'm gonna crack this code so you don't have to get the next wake-up call, the one from my doctor saying it's too late for me. So I put my past to work for my future. I invest in the scientific approach with self-experimentation, and I set out to build a better way for me and for you. So come to find out, self-experimentation is a slow, bumpy road full of dead ends. That's why I created the Time Maker program, so you can get on the express lane right over that bumpy road. I mean, let me tell you, I tried everything. Office treadmill week 1, amazing! Week 2, covered in dust and file boxes. I hire a personal trainer, which means I pay $200 to miss appointments twice a week. I try closing my office door so I can get home by 5 p.m. without all of the interruptions. People just wait outside of my office door. So I get really smart and I stop going to the bathroom, which means no water, no green tea, and let me tell you, that is no way to live. I try organic, low-fat grocery shopping. Did you know that they make organic, low-fat apple cinnamon buns? And it even has frosting? All told, I spent nearly $300K investing in self-experimentation. I told you I was putting my past to work for my future. Suddenly, those zeros had a purpose. Oh, I was so determined. Actually, you helped me stay on course. I knew I could share it with you, and that's why I was motivated for the entire 4-year journey. I hope you've got your pens ready because you're about to cash in and motivating me to get tens of additional specialized certifications, hundreds of metabolic, nutritional, and fitness courses, thousands of hours of research and education. Now, don't worry, you don't have to do any of that. I'll put it all together for you so you can live your maximum life much faster for far less than $300K. And no dead ends or bumpy roads to the 4 Ds of demise for you.